Welcome to Season 2 of Leeds United. There are spoilers inbound, of course, for what happened in the season finale of Season 1 and where we are effectively in this save at this stage. So do make sure you check the previous episode to make sure that you don't get any spoilers. If you're not bothered about spoilers, then I'll tell you that we won the championship last year. Narrowly. Went to the final day, in fact. But Leicester City bottled it. We both got over 100 points. And we were able to get ourselves to the Premier League. So, can we stay up? I think, ultimately, with the quality of player we've got here at the club at the moment, yes. I do think we can stay up. I don't have any concerns about being involved in a relegation battle. We are, of course, throughout the course of this summer transfer window, going to look to make additions to the squad. Although, this is where we might take a little bit of a turn in the regular theme of content. We have a lot of players here that have come back from loan that Leeds fans just don't want to be at the club anymore because they didn't want to be at the club when Leeds got relegated. So players like Aronson, Koch, Rocker, Christensen, Harrison, Verba, Llorente, they'll all get sold in this transfer window. We have the opportunity to raise significant funds, and of course with Leeds having had a recent takeover in real life as well, they're not exactly short of a few bob anyway. We start with a budget of 90 million, but I am more inclined to build from within and develop in a more localised fashion, if you know what I mean. The starting 11, I don't think needs any alterations at the beginning of this second season. Genuinely. I don't think we need to make any changes. The side that got us up, that won the league, is certainly at this stage good enough to keep us up, especially with the growth they'll get in this second season. So, at this stage, I'm only looking for a minimal number of new incoming players. We have a number of youth players that have come up, some of which are much better than others, and some of which actually aren't really that far away from the first team squad at this stage. Ordinarily, in this sort of situation, I've got a big budget, I've got players that are mid-70s. The obvious thing to do would be replace Drama, replace Gray, replace Gelhardt with players that are 80 rated. But that's not the way I want to go here. I want to keep Leeds feeling like Leeds, if you know what I mean. So we are going to sell all of those players that we don't want at the club. I am looking for a lone centre-back, lone backup centre-back, a lone backup winger, and a full-back to either buy or loan. I'm not sure what to do with Firpo at the moment. He has 11 months left on his contract. I think I probably will just keep him at the club as a backup and then let him get released at the end of this season. That's the current plan. Bamford, I really don't know what to do with. We have youngsters coming through that are nearly as good. We have, obviously, Ruter and Pirro as starting and backup options at striker. Bamford is surplus to requirements right now, but it's been at Leeds forever. He's part of the furniture at Ellen Road, and I don't know if Leeds fans would want me to sell him or if you don't mind if he goes. Let me know in the comment section. We will act on that accordingly as we move through. I have some names on my shortlist already that I've gotten from live chat, but I'm not going to be actively acting on anything today till I've got your feedback from the YouTube comment section. So, fullback wise, again, not sure whether to buy or loan a fullback. We probably could loan with a view to buying that player later down the line, like Joe Rodon from last season. So I have Fresneda, Pedersen, Van Evijk from Coventry would be a more realistic one, bringing him up from the Championship. He's actually higher rated than a couple of the other European options as well. Nathan Patterson at Everton. We've got Dedic from Salzburg, who looks like one of the better options, if I'm completely honest. Then on the left-back side of things, in fact, moving from right to middle to left, centre-back side of things, I've got Leo Erstegar for a potential loan, Christopher Wu with Callum Doyle, Lenny Yoro looks pretty decent, Axel Twanzebe potentially from Leeds, from Ipswich. He's probably not someone they'd let me loan, but I might be open to buying him if he's slightly older, because then we could replace him later down the line. Kivior, Vandenberg, Isaac Torre. They're the centre-backs. Left-back wise, we've got Ridvan Yilmaz from Rangers. I'm unsure about him, if I'm completely honest. Ryan Giles at Hull. Alfie Doherty's just been relegated from the Premier League to the Championship with Luton, so that is an option for us as well. Then when it comes to the winger options, got Nathan Teller as a potential loanee, Raksaki as a potential loanee. We've got Jack Clark, maybe bring him back to the club. Don't know how Leeds fans would feel about Jack Clark coming back. There's Alan Velasco, who's currently at Bayern Munich, we could loan in. And there are a few wingers as well, I think, on the shortlist too. Arda Güler is a cam that we could utilise out wide with decent acceleration. And his crossing's 81 as well. So Arda Güler, albeit not the massively realistic one, could be an option if you wanted me to. We also have on this list Jaden Philogene, who's been hitting the headlines recently. IRL, he's only 73. I don't know whether I'd be able to loan someone like him from a league below to bring him up. I might have to buy someone like Philogene if you might be interested in him. Rooney Bargi is... Actually, his contract expires in less than a year, Rooney Bargi, so I'd probably have to buy him if we went for Rooney Bargi. Oscar Bob is a lower rated but probably more realistic option for a loanee winger to come in. And then I think that's it. I don't know as I have any left wingers, do we? There was Buanga, but again, he'd probably be more of a buy than a loan. But at 29... he'd be someone that we could then replace in a season or two's time. Manos Solomon is a potential option because he's not really been utilised that much at Tottenham. And then Keane Lewis-Potter is a loan option from Brentford as well. If you have any other names you might like me to add to that list, then please do. I admit this is a lot of just me talking at you in the opening of Season 2, but there's a lot to get through. Now, objective-wise, we've been not necessarily lucky. It's just been more realistic and it's not asking a massive amount of me domestically this season, at least in the league anyway. Youth development wise, I've sent my youth scouts out. They're going to England, they're going to Spain, they're going to Brazil. Not necessarily looking for any position in particular, but I kind of need to sign someone across the board for the objectives, so we will look to do that. Brand exposure wise, 7 clean sheets in the league. Not necessarily 7 clean sheets all told this season, but in the league we could keep 7 clean sheets in the Prem, I think. A crucial defender, that would be the fullback. Again, that would only work if I buy someone, and I wouldn't be buying them to be a crucial, but you never know. That will come in due course. They want mid-table in the Premier League. Absolutely doable, not a problem whatsoever. We'll almost certainly be able to achieve that. The quarterfinal in the FA Cup, different matter. And of course, no continental objectives for us this season. So as we progress towards the beginning of the of the Premier League season, we won't be getting as far as Villa today because I want the time to be able to scout everybody that you guys are going to add to the shortlist. So we will work our way through pre-season. We'll see what outs we are able to manufacture. And of course, if we get any other bids come in for players, transfer budget increases expected. I've got loads of youngsters that I've called up that I'm looking to loan out. Glenn Kamara is a player I'm looking to sell, and we're not going to be able to maximise any deal for him, but that's fine. We've got a lot of players that we're looking to move on, and a handful that have come up from the youth academy that actually I might be quite open to keeping in the squad. Mainly, actually, West Brom want a loan to buy it. No, just a loan, please. Mainly Ethan Donnelly, who actually was last year's player. He's 68 rated as a cam, Ethan Donnelly. So at the minute, he is my go-to backup. Where are you, sir? There he is. He's my go-to backup at the minute for Joe Gellart. Obviously, Ruter can slot in there. We can move Jamie Shackleton slightly further forward. Nonto or Somerville could move centrally. We have multiple options in that position. But in terms of just someone that's a cam, Ethan Donnelly is the go-to. And he's got some decent stats, to be fair. 68 rated. His pace is good. His passing is decent. His dribbling needs improving, but we're training it. So I'm quite happy with the squad already. Everybody has grown a lot better than I thought they were going to in Season 1. We've gotten some significant improvements from a number of players. Some growing by 5 or 6 in just the one season alone. So we've got Glenn Kamara on his way out. Funds are being raised. We've already got loads of money. Financially, we're, I don't think, going to have a problem at any point in the remainder of this save, to be completely honest. So I am torn as to what to do in a number of areas, which is where you guys come in and you tell me what the hell you want me to do. Mark Rocker, yeah, I'm not going to bust the gut trying to negotiate massive fees for anyone. Money's not a problem. Melier we want to keep. So I'm quite happy with everything as it stands right now. So I'm just going to power through. If there's anything of note that I need to bring to you guys, then I will show you it. If there isn't, then, well, I'll cut to when there is something that you need to be shown. a year's loan in the Championship with Southampton to Darko Gyabi, the world of good, and certainly Drew at West Brom could get a decent amount of first-team football for them, although maybe he'd be better off going to the lesser club. We're negotiating quite a few outgoings at the moment, raising funds, and we're able to get a few loanees for youth players, a few loans, sorry, for youth players in the same time. Maximilian Verber is going to Lens for £16 million. Financially, we are going to be absolutely set moving forward. I've also got loads of bids ongoing at the moment. Darko Gyabi looks like he's going to go to Southampton for a year's loan. Christensen is on his way to West Ham, it seems. Rocker's going to go to Benfica. Koch to Chelsea. Got loan bids for all of the other youth players as well. Still waiting for bids for Llorente, Harrison, Poveda and Aronson. But outside of Aronson could be an option I could utilise at Cam. But again, I don't think... It was my understanding, at least, that Leeds fans did want those that were out on loan that weren't the real youngsters like Darko Gyabi to just get moved on. Those that were at the club playing when they got relegated and just went, oh no, I want to play in the Championship, bye, for the season in real life this last year. So it looks like we're going to be getting everybody out that we want to get out, and hopefully we'll be able to keep everybody that we want to keep. And I like that. Harrison was on loan at Everton last year, and they've looked to buy him. Perfect. I do like it when things like that fall into place. And Poveda to Saint-Gilloise. I'm quite happy with that as well. Sam Greenwood last year at Middlesbrough on the left-hand side of their midfield. Where are you, Sam? He scored 20 goals in the Championship last year. I'm looking to actually train him as a centre mid right now. He does have half-decent defending stats. So he's kind of like a slightly better Jamie Shackleton. And I think it was only going to take a couple of weeks to train him as well, in all honesty. So he might even be in a position now where I can actually change his... How long is it going to take? Just one more week. And I reckon his rating is going to go up as a centre mid as well. So we've got real options here at the moment at the club. We're very blessed to have genuinely a great squad that is looking like it's going to grow even further. Galatasaray, Aronson, I'm happy for him to leave, I think. I don't think I'm going to get much blowback from Leeds fans for selling the majority of those players that were out on loan. Obviously, I can't please everyone all the time, so there will certainly be some that you'll be like, not sure I'd have done that, Ches. But I can't please everyone all the time. Joshua Riley is the fullback that has the potential to get into the late 80s. So we're very much keeping an eye on how he grows. Robin Koch going to Chelsea for 16 million, and the bank balance is just getting better and better and better at Leeds United here now. Everton going to take Jack Harrison off our hands, and that is as perfect a deal as we could probably have been able to sort out for that particular position. Got more players going out here. That's Aidan Lucas going on loan to Brescia. It's going to be a busy window with outgoings, but I don't yet know how busy we're going to be with incomings. The squad has gone down from 46 players to 38 currently, and we are going to continue to look to loan out even more. Llorente is going to go to Porto. That would be perfect for us as well. Financially, the board are very, very happy. We've been able to meet a couple of objectives already, probably, with all of these sales. In fact, that's the long term. The club has already increased its worth by 10%. Banging. Good. Lovely. And if we check the... 150 million is what I've got at the moment. And counting. We haven't even got to the pre-season tournament yet. He's tiny! How small is he? When did we sign an 8-year-old? Ian Poveda. Going to Saint-Gilloise. I didn't realise he was quite that small. Either that or me and the coach are bloody giants. Christ, he's tiny! That looked really strange. That's going to be Brendan Aronson. You can tell from the haircut. Bye, pal. Enjoy Turkey. Get your teeth and hair done while you're there. We might bump into you at some point in the future in a European fixture, but unlikely. Sam McDonald. Yep, you can go to Grimsby. Cresswell is a no. He stays. Cresswell absolutely stays. You guys say that he is the future of the Leeds United backline, so I'm quite happy to keep him. Interesting. Dedic there is intriguing, because he was probably going to be one of my go-tos for that fullback area. He stayed at 70, but he is going to be able to grow pretty quickly. I don't know whether to do ball-winning midfielder. He's probably going to be more of a playmaker, isn't he, in the midfield, Sam Greenwood? I can use him anywhere across the middle. To be fair, Sam Greenwood's a backup cam. effectively, isn't he? So that's another player ahead of Ethan Donnelly that could be back up to Joe Gellart if we need him to. Ethan Donnelly does have a loan bid here for him from Braga. I will loan it. I can always recall him, so I will look to do that. Joseph, a year to Cadiz, that would be perfect. A year to Las Palmas. If we can negotiate it for Lewis Bates, would be perfect too. Leeds United have got lots of youngsters that have the potential to grow really well. So we might as well utilise that whilst we have the opportunity to in this save, rather than just going and buying all of the youngsters. They're actually already here. Donnelly is going to go. Bates is going to go. Perfect. Diogo Montero, 65, currently has potential to get to 79 by default. So I'm quite happy to accept that 1-year loan for him to Norwich for a year in the Championship. That will do very nicely. That's another reason why we're looking to loan in another centre-back. So we want to get first-team football for players like Joseph and Montero so that they can continue to grow for another year, and then they'll be in a position to actually contribute to the squad, hopefully in 1 year's time, which is going to be pretty perfect, really. If they can get to the early 70s, then they're absolutely going to be able to contribute when we need them to in the Carabao Cup, and at the time, if we're able to get there, Europe as well. Europe's probably going to be more like a... am I going to reject that? Europe's probably going to be more like Season 3, I would imagine. Pellistri? No, I don't want Pellistri, actually. He was recommended by live chat when we were looking for wingers, but I don't know. Not really feeling Facundo Pellistri for this particular save. We have used him fairly recently. That's going to be Diogo Llorente going to Porto for £8 million. It was quite rightly pointed out in my live chat as well by Ben that Brendan Aronson is actually even more of a snake because he's gone to Galatasaray. He's done a Harry Kewell. I probably shouldn't have accepted the bid in the first place and not done business with them, but it didn't occur to me in the moment not to do business with Galatasaray as someone that isn't a Leeds fan. But I certainly get why Leeds fans still despise that club. Absolutely understandable. Anyway, let's crack on. Hopefully in pre-season we can get some decent results and earn some more money. Montero goes out on loan to Norwich for a year, and the squad is starting to take shape with regards to the numbers as lots are going out on loan or being sold. And then fingers crossed, we'll know exactly where we stand by the end of this first episode for Season 2, and you guys can come in clutch. Look at those stats. He's not a CDM, lads. He's not a CDM. Cam will do for you. Jeez Louise. Look, still got a full youth academy. We've utilised the youth academy a lot more in this save than I have in a number of others recently. Interest in Yoro as well. A Melier bid from West Ham. West Ham is where Dedic has gone. Dedic has moved to West Ham now. And it looks like a couple of others might be moving from our shortlist as well. So your options from those that we already had on the shortlist are lessening, but certainly we have plenty of options there, so one or two becoming unavailable isn't actually that much of an issue. Consider changing episode. No, I'm managing everyone's sharpness to keep everybody sharp at the minute as we move through pre-season, so that by the time we get to Villa, everybody's going to be sharp and everybody's going to be fully fit as well. Aston Villa on the horizon. We'll advance maybe to the end of this upcoming week, and then that will probably be as far as we go. Morgan Wright has gone to Vancouver Whitecaps. So we've got loads of players gone out on loan. And there are a handful of youngsters here at the club right now that I'm particularly intrigued to see how well they can be. Alexander Morton has the potential to be very good as a cam as well. He jumped by 8 when we changed his position from a CDM and centre-back. So at the club at the moment now, we have... How many players do we have in the squad hub? 35, down from 46. Goalkeeper-wise, still waiting for a loan from McDonald to go through. Claesson will be my backup. Melier's already up 1 this season. Left-back, Wagner, 78. Firpo still back up. Joe Rodon at centre-back. Pascal Strauch is up 1 already at 78 this season. Cresswell, my continued backup. Looking for that lone centre-back to bulk out those positions whilst Montero goes out on loan. Can't seem to get rid of Ayling. Probably won't be able to get rid of Ayling because he's retiring at the end of the season, so he'll just be a body if we need one at any point. Drama's still my starting right back, expecting him to grow this year. Just double checking that he's not peaked, which he hasn't. So Drama will continue to grow. That's great. Still want that backup fullback, please. Riley's already at 1, and I'm expecting to be like 68, 69 by the end of this season. Ampadu's already at 1 at CDM. Gruev's a good backup. Archie Gray will grow loads this season, I hope. Gabby's already at 1 out on loan. Somerville and Nonto speak for themselves, really, don't they? Jamie Shackleton hopefully will continue to grow this year. Sam Greenwood is going to offer me lots of depth in midfield, as well as Jamie Shackleton. Lewis Bate is out on loan. Gelhardt, the Cam situation is a weird one. I'm expecting Ethan Donnelly to grow really well this year, which is why I'd lean towards not bringing in another Cam in. Joe Gelhardt will grow quite a bit. Jamie Shackleton's peaked, frustratingly. He'll grow quite a bit, and Donnelly will grow quite a bit, and they'll just continue to be starting in backup. And Shackleton and Greenwood will be my backups this season. Dan James is obviously still going to be a backup winger for us, so that we are looking to loan in someone else just to bulk out in numbers. Sonny Perkins, I need to add to the loan list. I thought he already was. Ruter, Bamford, Pirro, Joseph, Wright and Goddard have already gone out on loan as well, so they're going to be good too. Goddard already up one as well. Goddard was the potential Viduka regen. So Bamford I'm still unsure of what to do with. I have numbers in that position, so I'm not too bothered at the moment, but we've sold loads of people, we've loaned loads of people. I've got 170 million pounds in my budget, but obviously at the moment we're just looking for backup players. So this is where you come in. Help me, please. But we shall go marching on together into the Premier League season in tomorrow's episode, so don't miss the video that's going to have all the transfers in it. Tchouaméni has moved to Manchester United. Wow. Let me give you a rundown of all the transfers that have happened so far then in this window. Christ, all the big ones anyway. Oh my lord. Ronald Araujo, 104 million. Trent's gone to PSG. Tchouaméni to Man United. Cancelo's gone to Atleti. Mikel Merino. Any others that would be of massive interest? Riquelme was on my short, or was mentioned actually, but has now gone to Leicester for 40 million, so I get why that's happened there. Zaire Emery to go to Real Betis is an intriguing one. 80 rated, 46.1 million. I don't think there's going to be anybody here that we were thinking about. Bino Gittins is probably a player you are going to have mentioned by this point in the winger situation, but he's been bought by Torino now. João Neves has come to the Premier League to Bournemouth. Saw the moving footage of him midweek with Benfica last week, as you see this. He lost his mother at 19 years of age a couple of weeks ago, and there was some really moving footage of Benfica fans paying tribute to him after the Champions League game. Schick has gone to Dortmund. Joe Linton has left Napoli. Correa to Milan. Brian Brobby. Matthijs Tell to Real Madrid. That's an intriguing one. I don't think there's going to be anything else of real note here at this stage. We've got, he says, it's Ferland Mendy's moved to Newcastle United. With regards to those on my shortlist, the Patreon players, I will update you at the end of tomorrow's episode because I want to get all of your moves in before we say, oh, by the way, you're this rated, etc. We'll update the spreadsheet with all of the moves. Dedic has moved, so we can take him off. I don't know, has there been any other moves? It was Dedic and someone else had a bid come in for them, didn't they? And I can't recall off the top of my head who exactly it was. Yoro, he's gone to Lille from PSG. Or no, it's PSG that are in for Yoro. So if you had the choice of PSG or Leeds United, I think I'm pretty sure what your answer would be there. Nobody else, I don't believe, that we're interested in has moved as of yet. So if you have any options for me, then please let me know. And of course, as ever, do thumbs up those other options in the comment section that you agree with, and we can see the more popular ones rise to the top of the comment section. But drop the video a like. I'd appreciate it very much. Subscribe to the channel. Notification bell ticked and you won't miss tomorrow's episode. Come and join me on stream as well, and hopefully you can help me out with all of the behind the scenes too. That's all for today. This has been more of a podcast than a actual show you what's happening on screen video, hasn't it? But hopefully you enjoyed nonetheless. I'll see you tomorrow for some on pitch and off pitch action.